Na'Vi's turn to pick.
League's assassin.
Dire team pick.
Earth Spirit.
10
For the first time,
remaining.
it was Na'Vi losing a game here in the upper division of the CIS
5 seconds
DPC
remaining.
League. You're watching ESL 1 powered by Intel. And EXTREMUM took the first game of this best of 3 series. They are on a roll. Let's see if they can close it out with a 2-0. We are heading into the draft for the
Na'Vi's
second
turn
game.
to
We're
pick.
joined by Purge on the big screen. And we have still got Kyle and Tigov here as well to talk you through all the different strategic things from the draft. I was gonna say something very smart, but then it was just things. And we have got some heroes on the board already as well.
10
EXTREMUM
seconds
once
remaining.
again get their
Dire
hands
team
on
back.
Medusa Purge. That surely. Oh, what? Okay, we are having the same opening for Navi as well.
I was gonna be like, you know what? I don't like Dusa as much if there isn't like a hard counter team fight ultimate on the other side, and then Navi just picked it anyway.
Na'Vi's
So
turn to
yeah,
ban.
I'm cool with it now.
And this is like just straight up in their wheelhouse too. EXTREMUM, like they really build their draft around one of these big, tanky
Dire
plus
team
damage
back.
game winners, specifically the Dusa, the
Yes, Carl.
Alchemist,
Tell me more, Kyle, please.
and what was the third?
The one that was telling you.
Mentioned?
Oh no, it's fine. Don't.
You guys missed
Medusa,
it,
Alchemist,
but,
and Bristleback.
There you go. They're all the same concept, but
Kyle
Dusa's
is one of
definitely-
those people that steals homework from other people
Wow.
and claims it as
No.
their own, and this
10
was
seconds
obviously
remaining.
the
Not true.
homework of Tigov in this.
I'm
Kyle
one-
sits
Literally
beside me
admitted
and
it the other day.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
do the group project. That's me. That's who I am.
There is also always in every group project one person that works a little bit less than the rest.
I'll
That's
present
not
it to the teachers, guys, but you do all the hard work and I'll do the presentation. Don't.
You know what's
Kyle,
funny?
We understand.
That's actually, I love to do the presentation.
know, I
Secret, all you kids out there. If you, people have like a lot of social anxiety about
Na'Vi's turn to
presenting in
ban.
front of people. I have that in like real life, but on camera, it's like I'm free as a bird.
Yeah, bravado takes you pretty far in life.
If you present first, you always get a minimum of a beep because you were the brave one who went first and like set the bar. And pretty much every
Team
teacher's gonna
back.
say that deserves at least a beep. Try it at home, kids.
Class where I need it.
This draft, though, it does show me that both teams heavily respect what they brought to the table in that previous game in regards to Na'Vi and their just
10
comfort in this
seconds
opening,
remaining.
and the idea that they didn't really care too much about the Medusa. Sure, they lost the game, but I feel
5
like
seconds
reviewing
remaining.
it, they know that they mucked up with their kind of their poor fights. You know, we looked at that 12-minute fight, the 21-minute fight. They're crossing that river and going aggressive. Like their draft, their idea was good, just was execution, and that's why they haven't really shifted away in going into game 2. And it helps them. It helps them have confidence coming into the second game.
I can totally see a breakdown of Mag looking at the team a little disappointed. Like, you guys
Na'Vi's
lost
turn
that.
to ban.
Like, don't get me wrong, the rapier play, like, EXTREMUM earned the win. But that dive mid that Purge so eloquently broke down was just unnecessary. You can just kill the tower. Like, you're not feeling any pressure, and then you end up losing 3. Waste a lot of time, and then the rapier gives them that window to go win the game. But yeah, picking Enigma and Dedusa again is probably
10
not
seconds
what
remaining.
I would have recommended, but maybe they're just confident.
It is a
5
sign that
seconds
they
remaining.
don't think that that was a weak point in their draft. They think they messed up rather than anything else. And, you know, maybe they
But
got a stern talk
why-
with Mag and say, Mag's like, you're going to do this again, but then better.
Here's the question: why not Beastmaster? That's what I don't understand. I'm thinking, okay, you wanted this creep hero. I
Na'Vi's
understand
turn
Necrobook
to
against
pick.
Dusa, the early tower pressure. Why not Beastmaster
Because Enigma is the better version in this scenario. Because Enigma
against
has,
Medusa?
Yes, because the team fight, the Black Hole, the only reason the Medusa felt good was the comfort of the Aegis. Without Aegis, then it's a completely
But
different story.
you can make the same argument. Why not just roar her? Then BKB isn't even
10
effective. Like
seconds
Beastmaster is
remaining.
just straight up 1-to-1 against Medusa.
do the same thing, but it's the I think the
5
comfort going
seconds
into
remaining.
Just like dying one roar though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a disable, yeah, but like the damage output, it's not even close to comparable.
Yes.
I mean, I guess if you include like your whole team being there and you have aura, yeah, it's equivalent, but like Midnight Pulse Black Hole is just so much, and it's more than one hero.
It's also why Zeus is pretty good against Medusa, for the idea that Medusa is like this turret. She stands still, she fights. You know, you have this Nimbus, you have this percentage damage. Like, it helps a
Dire
lot.
team
So,
pick.
I get where you guys are coming from, but I'm reasonably
Na'Vi's
certain if you
turn to
polled
pick.
every captain in the European Division 1, they would all be choose Master over. just in terms of how it plays. Simply because Enigma never has the ability. You have to be the one getting Medusa off guard or wait for Stone Gaze to fall to be able to successfully alter.
10 seconds
Complex
remaining.
game. Swings and roundabouts. People hit spells, people miss spells. Carl.
Yep. Dota 2,
5
not as
seconds
clear
remaining.
cut as it.
Dire team.
Just General's Beastmaster is like his best hero.
Dire
Hey,
team.
Phantom Lancer. That's one of the few ones that is still a diffusal builder, but I always thought that Medusa, like, yes, Phantom Lancer is great at burning mana, but I always thought that Medusa with split shot was pretty decent against Phantom Lancer. Am I wrong in that one?
Well, the Rapier build is likely what they'll go for again, and it pretty much
Navi's
negates the
turn
PL
to
evasion
ban.
talent. You can't pick it up, and you kill these illusions in like one hit.
Yeah.
I think the nicer thing is that PL can disengage a lot easier if in danger versus what AM kind of like, if he doesn't get his reflect off or get a blink off, then he's kind of...
Yeah.
In terms of like the strategy,
10
though, it's going to be the
seconds
same
remaining.
kind of thing from Na'Vi. They need to get this PL to a point where he can fight. They need to ensure that they
5
don't lose the
seconds
map
remaining.
due to this Medusa having this fight, because PL will later into the game just be able to, you know, outplay them. Sure.
Yeah.
And you see Extremum, they push towards like a Darkseid instant response. They had no time. They literally snap picked it because they know that they just need to play a strong lane with a Nyx +1 and get that ball rolling where they have these auras, these enabling items, and suddenly Medusa
10
is pushed
seconds
into that
remaining.
high ground area.
No, it's a really good point. And the thing about it,
5
the
seconds
AM,
remaining.
well, split shot might kill illusions, but then that means the split shot's hitting illusions, not enemy heroes.
Navi's
So it's just better to
turn
cover your
ban.
team. AM, you saw him blink in, but if Deuce is able to just auto attack, that's still not an advantageous trade. And I like the DS Nyx because this top lane is going to be exploitable. It's Disruptor PL. Like, you're going to back lane, you're going to be able to pull creeps, pressure Phantom Lancer, and it allows you to get these team fight items and auras
10
that are so
seconds
necessary to
remaining.
make your Medusa into the game winner.
You've not said your catchphrase yet, Carl.
But
Where's the
5
damage? You know,
seconds
like look at
remaining.
Na'Vi's
It's not
here.
like catchphrase.
Where? Yeah, you say it quite a
You're
lot.
making
You do.
that
No,
up.
you do.
Yeah,
See,
you do.
Shiva just nodded. Purge clearly
It's like your
nodded.
eighth. It's like your eighth catchphrase.
Dire
Yeah, but like he
team
says so
Not like
many,
super
right? Purge, like
it's not top
Yeah,
five.
exactly. It's just less common, so he doesn't recognize it.
It's just, you know, just hit the soundboard. That one also
can we
comes
hear
out.
it at
You know,
least? Can we
That's
please say
actually
it?
a good idea. I want to say I bet I could get through a whole day,
Mhm.
just 64 inputs. Maybe not even 60, 30.
You know, we can actually
I don't know
make
if
that
that's
happen.
10
We can give you a
seconds remaining.
soundboard, maybe, hopefully, where all you do is press
5
the
seconds
soundboard.
remaining.
Uh-huh. Why is that wet?
This job security is insane.
Because of my legacy.
The
of
bravado, the
accomplishments
previous.
as a
Wow, this is a really
professional.
succinct panel. We really
Yeah,
did a
yeah,
full
yeah.
story arc of Kyle's career.
Yeah.
All right, so we were looking for a mid matchup, although I guess Void Spirit will be the mid coming out from Extremum, and that means, well, I don't know, because
Could be a 5.
could be a
G would
five.
play it. I don't think he should, but he could.
But if he doesn't want to play any on the board, he can still go for Death Prophet.
Yeah, this is where they pick like Death Prophet and flex the Void Spirit and the DP between both roles.
Yeah.
And then suddenly Na'Vi in a difficult
Yeah.
position. It could easily be done.
It's a
Because
really
what
nice
is
CP
good-
game.
What is good against Void Spirit mid that they will then counter in their last pick so they can be flexible? That's the question. They're taking their time here too.
I will say, I don't know why. I want to see, is Invoker banned? No, it's not. It's going to be Invoker or SF for Iceberg on the side of Na'Vi. I think Invoker is probably the best. It's a little annoying against Nyx, but it's just so damn good against Deuce of Darkseer.
It's true.
You can feed a little bit to Void Spirit, but I just think they'll consider that a higher value pick than SF. I'm a huge believer in SF with just Arcane Blink BKB. Like, this hero is absolutely absurd.
Just
Yeah, just-
11,000 net worth past your core.
We're not talking about math here. We're talking about
Navi's
Arcane Blink BKB.
turn
Carl's
to
factoring in the fact that they don't go for these fights like you highlighted and that they actually farm a bit more.
That's the Chavash tree, which means it's a G Nyx assassin.
It's open. Nixon tree could be 4 or 5, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's whatever happens. But no, I like the idea. It's a bit more aggression. But Na'Vi, they do lack a lot of damage.
10
They need this
seconds
mid laner that
remaining.
can put up a fight. And unfortunately, I kind of agree with Carl just
5
because
seconds
the other
remaining.
heroes that Iceberg plays, it hurts to play into the likes of a Nyx assassin. It's why Nyx
Yeah.
is so potent in this patch. You pick it first, and suddenly your mid laner's crying about 8 heroes to come.
It's just a perfect Invoker game. No.
There you go
Wow.
for the DP.
Okay.
Alrighty then. All right, Purge, what do you make of this one?
well. It is certainly a lot more damage. There are a little bit of disable issues on Extremum outside of like Nick's Void Spirit. So I feel like with enough HP, Yules, or a BKB, Death Prophet could be really aggressive here, and it's gonna make it be able to play his game. I kind of like it. I think I like Extremum's draft a little bit.
Okay, thank you very much. Kyle, you back Navi in the previous game. They are having the same sort of plan. Do you still back them here?
Comfort zone, I think Extremum, they're right in their wheelhouse, and I understand the DP pick. It is good matchups, and it conceptually is nice against Medusa, but I remember losing to Vici Gaming a whole bunch, picking our DP first two. They would go Medusa because at a point, you just can't kill her, and the Death Prophet needs to be able to run into a fight. That's not possible when there's a Medusa just standing there as a turret of damage, solar crested, aura'd, tree roots, tree armor. Like, you're not going to kill her.
I think this tree pick will do quite a lot to dismantle that early pressure you need to open up the map for PL. I think, like Carl said, that the Medusa is... They learned why they messed up in game 1. They have the exact type of heroes to do the exact strategy again game 2.
Yeah.
So I think they should come out swinging. But yeah, I just like streaming what they have.
All right, well, Navi learned from that first game, and if they can this time deal with the Nefrit, Medusa is just going to run away with this one to... of a cat, a fog.
Yeah, it certainly says something about the way that Extremum views Medusa. It's certainly not one of the cores that I would think of in just 1-2ing, but maybe they got some confidence from that game 1, Fog.
They're big fans of this hero too for quite a long time. Even like going through their past games, like they always have like these little situational games where they open up with the Medusa and they kind of force the enemy hand, and they have this really good understanding of how to play around it. So yeah, they're going for this several buffs, it looks like, with that tree pick and with the Darkseer to guard the Medusa. Again, a little bit of a weird draft again, I feel like, from them with the Nyx and the tree, but I feel like Nyx allows you to pick thing in your draft because the hero I'm good. Navi, again, comfort, and V2 in much more comfortable position on a PL than on an ant team. He is the illusion man.
Yeah, and it's certainly a fast way to be able to bring
30
down the
seconds to
Medusa. Navi can roll up into Extremum here. Oh, what an impale though. Lands onto 2, doesn't quite flip Roger there, but Melojule managed to hit and get a very big shield, but it may not be enough. He's taken so much magic damage. Fairy Fire's gonna go up, but he's got nothing left in his ignition. He needs one more hit, but Iceberg, he lost vision of him, and it's Iceberg who's gonna go down first, give it away the first one. Fly has the Ion Shell on him, so it's not looking great for him either. Navi are gonna lose to Extremum. Manage to pick up not just the blood, not just 2 kills, but they're gonna get the 2 bounties in top lane and a 3rd one at bottom as well. No, they're actually getting 4 bounties, aren't they? Ah, damn, 4 bounties and 2 kills and a 3rd kill as well. What?
Oh god. Okay. I mean, almost getting first blooded on Mellow, but a Fairy Fire clutches, saves him, and then his team kills 3 people. Cooldown from the Nick just back up. All right, well, that's one way to start a game. Who got all the kills?
Yeah, seriously. Be up by over 1K. Nyx Assassin from G. Shout out to Kyle, though, for seeing instantly that was a true Chew tree and protect. I'm trying to mix up my player in here. Yeah, Chew, who's played, I think it's like his 5th most played hero. A lot of tree and protector under it.
He's a very specialist kind of player. His certain heroes, if they're there, they're gonna pick it. Tree, his Elder Titan, even his Willow at some point, I believe it was one of his other really popular ones. So, and he knows exactly what to do on this hero. See the way he's playing the lane. He cuts it for a shot, but he's gonna.
Bird pulled back into the tower range. Only 1 shot though. That bad.
Good lane for Iceberg again this game. They're definitely setting him up for success, and again they can do the same rotations that they did last time. Because they have the Enigma in the off lane, that's why they opened with it. First Spirit Enigma. Roger can look to punish the lanes at bottom. Shoot, finds Fly playing on the side. But always when a Fly has to be very careful how he does play on those sides there with the tree. You're gonna get walked down very easily. Play in the lane.
Vacuum into the Nature's Grasp, a combination that I hadn't thought about, but certainly one that's going to be feeling pretty rough to play against.
Yeah, it's actually quite nice. Definitely, I like it a lot.
feel like that's what we've been seeing from a lot of Darkseer combos lately. No one's going Surge. Everyone wants to go Ion Shell, level 2 Vacuum, and they make some sort of combo play. Clockwork, I feel like, is the most common one we see. Cogs.
It's one of the most valuable level 1 abilities in the game. 100 damage, 60 mana. Sure, the cooldown's very long, but it's mana. A lot of damage, and it moves their position so you get like 3 extra hits. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Oh, nice kick back in the top lane. Roger rolls onto Netflix, kicks him into General, who had the level 2 Eidolons up. Big kill for Na'Vi.
And Roger's could he actually not make the moves away too much, since this time it's a Nyx's nest as well, so you can't actually secure the lane much at all. Death Prophet, on the other hand, before could actually cast and help a little versus Eidolons. Nyx can't protect them. He'll have a much harder time this game.
Yeah, he got all that extra gold, 4 bounties, got 2 kills, got the experience for the kills as well, so we got a faster level 2. He's got a straight up Tranquil boost, but it probably doesn't feel all that good. You probably don't feel like you can actually challenge this.
Yeah, they did there. He is able to clear out those Eidolons, but now he's out of mana, so the second set is going to be much more difficult to take out. And it's going to be the same rush for General. And I feel like this game, I felt like last game, it was going to have some amazing impact for his team too, because he's playing versus the Medusa and he gets to that book 3 so early. But I feel like General sabotaged his own game pretty hard in the last game. So I feel like this time around we'll hopefully see him be a little bit more contained. It's a very different game that he's going to. They're not playing this 4v5. Hello. Very low. He might not even be able to go for the rune here.
He's gonna pop a Fairy Fire, but supports are coming in mass. Chu is low enough that he can't really contest bottom. It ends up being top where Roger may just hold it out. He's gonna come across.
Nice
Either way, it's certainly not gonna be picked up by Melajewel. Maybe body blocks, body blocks. Oh, he gets around it and he takes it up.
That was still some nice body blocks, but yeah, G's able to get it anyway. Melajewel not able to reset. He's still under a lot of pressure. He's doing good though. 25 last hits. He's losing the matchup, but it's a tough matchup for him. Pretty happy with that.
Denied.
Bug, did you agree with Kyle's assessment of this breakdown of the Death Prophet versus Medusa lineup? Especially given how many buffs there are to the Death Prophet they're going to be in this game. Hold up, Josh Low looks like he's taking a little bit too much damage. The Living Armor's going to come in. They vacuum them into the roots there. Might be able to do a lot of damage even as the Darkseer is gone. Thinking, always one applies. He's probably going to die here. Traded out for the other one, but
for the Venom, yeah.
As he tries to draw the neutrals over, ultimately he's D2 as he chased out a lane, but he doesn't.
I've definitely seen similar to what Kyle is talking about though, with the Medusa versus the Death Prophet. But if the Medusa does get to the point where she's pressured or behind, the Death Prophet can't keep you alive. And that's right, like you said, he's not having an easy time. Look at him up top. He's dead.
He can't run. So he kind of stands and fights, and G does what he can. He's trying to kill the Eidolons as fast as he can, but another round comes up, so not a whole lot they can.
He's gonna have a really hard time recovering. In general, I mean, the book's already going to be coming out in a second here, so that pressure last time it'll be applied very hard on the tower, and they don't have a Death Prophet to just nuke the waves and pull it away, or they're in tap the experience. While a Medusa, it'll be a lot more difficult to make work. As Melajewel, he hits level 6 as Roger's rolling in. Roger
trying to get that haste rune, does manage to pick it up into his bottle. Let's see if he can turn this around. Melajewel with some style here is going to try and bring down Roger, turning this 3v1 gank into a 2v3. They're managed to get one pick off. Maybe another here. You can see it. He wants to go for always one flying. Eventually that would help with 2. He's going to run out. The last little hit is not going to be enough. He bottles up. The Thunderstrike won't kill him. And look, come back to make sure that Iceberg goes down. Big plays from Melajewel.
It was welcome to Pakistan. Gave him the 6 as Roger rolled, so he gets that opportunity. Now Roger's mad.
Okay. He just rolled and kicked. He just rolled and kicked the stone at him. Wow.
Yes, I just did.
All right.
Yes,
Don't tip Roger. Pull back. Always want to fly. There's that vacuum combo again. Boy, that looks really hard to manage.
I like this. I like this tree and this Darkseer. And did you notice the Darkseer's items too? Shashlo? Double null talisman. I've never seen that. I've seen the bottles almost exclusively for.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. 6% spell amp right there. Chew.
A little bit of regen. I mean, it's cool. Helps him stay in the lane. It's a different approach. It's making him do a lot more damage too, right? You get slight little spell amp.
Yeah.
Something.
One thing I like about this Chew, this Dream Protector, I feel like you would have countered yourself with the old Living Armor. Phantom Lancer, Death Prophet, a lot of instances of damage, but that's not how Living Armor works anymore. Now it just gives you straight up armor and gives you a total amount of heal. So even better, I would say, in this case, when we're talking about the synergy of being able to buff up the Medusa and make it so that the Death Prophet doesn't feel comfortable man fighting there.
Yeah, I definitely. It's very good versus that exorcism and all that PL damage. Negate a lot of it. The mana burn, of course.
Dire's middle tower
that PL
is
and
under
everything,
attack.
but yeah, it'll protect quite a bit. It'll be strong. Little because there's going to be the book 3, so there's always going to be the dispels, but. And Roger.
Yeah, they gave him the Ion Shell, and he makes the rotation, comes over, gets a fast kill, but Iceberg is there with the rebuttal. He's going to be able to bring down Chew. It's going to be forced away by the Stone Gaze, but Iceberg certainly not in any danger, and they can still maybe poke a bit here. Yeah, that's going to force
Dire's
Nefris
top
to
tower
out.
is under
G.
attack.
Here
Radiant's middle
is
tower is
no,
under attack.
jeez. He was actually going to die there for a second. He gets away. And ultimately, they'll probably take this top
Dire's
tower.
structures are fortified.
Set in
Nice rotation by Iceberg. That's a big kill they get on Chew as well. Gosh,
Dire's
was
top
almost
tower is under
really
attack.
ridiculous, but he does go down. He's going to be healing the tower up, so he's going to slow down the foot a little bit to give the Medusa
Radiant's middle tower is
get
under
free
attack.
farm in the jungle for now.
Dire's top
As
tower
soon as that tower
is
does
under
go down, they're
attack.
going to look to invade. But Melojul, he wants to
Radiant
keep slowing it
are
down. If they can
scanning.
keep it alive any longer, it will get full healed.
They see the rotations, and they're going to call it. They're not going to commit to finishing up this tower, and said probably going to get full healed.
I think they got to commit to make the next move again up there anyway, though, pretty soon. I don't think they want to just let him heal it up. General definitely
Dire's
wants to
bottom
continue
tower
applying
is
pressure with the
under attack.
rotation. Roger about to hit level 6, and then he wants to head up there. I think he has to, he wants to kill this small camp. Get level 6 in there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, so my question is, without exorcism, do you think they can win a team fight in this top lane? If Extremum plant heroes up here, Melojules go for the bounty rune. He sees General. The initiation on him. They're going to get the impale follow-up, but he is now silenced up and doesn't really have a good way out of this one, General. Not going for the black hole there, and as a result, nope, Melojules still goes down. Crypt Swarm just comes up quickly. The cooldown very low, and I had to say, the animation feels fantastic for Crypt Swarm. Oh my good.
Absolutely. It's so nice, and with this kill, that might be enough for them.
Radiant's middle
Testing
tower
it. Chew,
is under
he's gonna
attack.
try to heal it a little more, but let's see if they do want to look to make the move. They're actually, okay, they're smoking G with the Vendetta. They really want to hang on to the tower as long as possible. I'm guessing themselves. All of Na'Vi did reset. They've moved themselves out of the lane.
Dire's middle tower is under
Na'Vi's actually,
attack.
okay, doing maybe a heads-up play here, going behind enemy lines, perhaps. Ward down just to be able to watch the Medusa and the rotation from that Void Spirit.
Gee, it's
they'll
about
actually
2
bring the
seconds
PL.
too late to pop that smoke.
He had a read. He knew something was up.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under
And he probably
attack.
still has a read. They've got to be up here. If nobody's in the
Radiant's middle
triangle,
tower is
of all
under attack.
places,
Dire's
like triangle's
tower
always
has fallen.
populated somebody. Nobody's there. They got to be making moves up top lane, it seems.
Always want to fly. Tries to set up the gank for mid with the spy, but Melojules has a nice Aether Remnant scouting the tree line, so he could get away. And Roger cancels the TP, so continues to look to pressure top to the book. And now it's still just book 1 for. Pressure being applied though on both
Radiant's
fronts here as
courier
top
has
and
been
mid
killed.
are getting faded quite hard. Does
Radiant's
snipe
bottom
onto
tower
Vita's
is under
barrier.
attack.
I think he already picked up his items from it. It was on the return. Nonetheless, the gold.
TP's out, goes to the bottom tier 2. All the way.
Mid lane.
level, and the sounds follow up. Iceberg's gonna get on top of him.
Dire's
Spirit
middle
Siphon,
tower
but
is under
Iceberg
attack.
still not picking up a level
Dire's
of his
structures
silence
are
himself. I
fortified.
kind of would have liked to see that against a Void Spirit.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, especially when like Earth Spirit's his is always low. Like you're not gonna max. So it's always gonna take time. Yeah, it doesn't have a single point. It's relying on disrupt and always want to fight, get in. But if he had the third point, maybe. But wanted to help out Thunderstrike. I'll miss him a kill.
I've also found that very often that extra level in Spirit Siphon doesn't change that much. I feel like the recharge is a lot to work. General is going to be pulled back in here to G. They have the wall. That's enough to slow him down and make sure
Dire
that the
are
impale
scattered.
definitely lands. So Shasha's got to be a little bit careful. Oh no! The Ion Shell kills the melee Necronomicon warrior, and G going to be caught inside the kinetic field. So an exchange well worth it for General. They immediately smoke up and start
They have the ward.
moving with an invasion.
They have the ward. They saw Nefert for a second.
They don't have glitch.
Absolutely everything.
They are going to get the roll in with the Static Storm. No opportunity for a Stone Gaze. Big kills for Na'Vi as they are picking up the pressure and applying it
Dire's
heavily.
middle tower
Extremum.
is under attack.
Fortunately, they still have the Train Protector that can help keep this mid tower alive, but we'll see if they could just kind of all in it right now.
The Deuce actually did not have Mana Shield on twice. So quickly. So maybe they had a little bit of time to General.
Missing the initiation on a General. General impale, and it's on to 2 as Roger Wolf headlong into it with the Ion Shell doing some serious damage. That's going to be 2 quick kills. The silence on Metal Jewel, but he's going to be okay. Shot slow with the run. He's going to be pulled right back by the Glyph. So they should be able to get the pick off on him. The Hooded Defiance is actually making him rather tanky here. And if anything, Extrema with the Stone Gaze popped up. They pull him back in with the Void Spear. And Roger, he goes right into that fight, gets the Magnetize
Dire's
off,
middle
but that
tower
might
is under
not even
attack.
kill Shot Flow here as the tick is not going to be enough. He stays alive. That's a dieback for Roger.
Dream is very good about making sure they hold these towers. Na'Vi over pushing their limits a bit too
Radiant
far there.
are
Even trying to get some
scanning.
quirky plays with this Death Prophet,
Radiant's
just trying
middle
to force
tower
it, but
is under attack.
everyone just shows up on Extremum again and again. G just on point with his impales. Again, a 2-man. Yeah, Na'Vi just not ready to really fight V2, and he needs some more time. He went for the hood first, as we've seen a lot. Now he has the Fusel. And that last fight, it was not his time to shine yet.
Love that bit of synergy there with the Void Spirit pulling and very similar to like Axe or something like that, forcing you to actually look into the Stone Gaze. Very nice combo. Plenty of Kana out. Best combo. Quite well here, and would it be wrong to say, Fogs, I feel like Na'Vi is definitely showing a bit of a weakness here. I like their
Radiant's
play
bottom
better
tower
in
is
this
under
game
attack.
1. That fast move where they caught Nefrit was really cool after just fight top, but it does feel like they crack a little bit when you play this heavy defense around towers. They take some fights that are a bit messy.
Radiant's bottom tower is
not
under
very well
attack.
advised, let's say.
It's full-blown aggression from Na'Vi, really. And they push it too far almost every time, it feels like. Especially today. They've been a lot more disciplined in most of their games when they get their heroes. Maybe they're feeling a little bit off the foot because people have gotten to see them so many
Radiant's
times now, and they're having to
bottom
play this
tower is
different
under
style,
attack.
this Earth Spirit plus a Nick style, which maybe it's tripping. They do have this good timing though. Book
Radiant's
3.
bottom tower has
General
fallen.
does have this already, and this is a big timing for them. Fusel, Hood, Book
Dire's
3,
middle
Yules,
tower
an
is
Iceberg
under
with a
attack.
Haste Rune. Not quite level 12 on this Death Prophet, but they can now swing Extreme jungle. It might not be able to. PL is gonna take over the fight.
Push through with the Necro 3s, D-Ward, everything.
Yeah. Get the whole high ground advantage too, so the fight will be dictated on your pace.
Dire's
gonna be a lot
top
harder for
tower
Extreme
is under
Fight
attack.
into PL, who's actually
Radiant's bottom
completely
tower
ready to
is
fight.
under attack.
Double ion shells are ready though.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tree
Radiant's
Protector,
middle
the
tower
living
is
armor,
under
it's
attack.
forcing Na'Vi to commit these tower pushes, I think, a lot more heavily than they want to. Normally, you'd just be able to, like, okay, throw the Eidolons and Necronomicon units at the tower, do a bunch of damage, and you'll kill it the next push. The next round. Oh, nice initiation from Roger. G gets a little bit too far. He goes over the other side of the river. They're going to make their full initiation, though, and Catch always want to fly, but it's a little bit awkward there with Static Storm. Iceberg going in. He's got a haste rune after all. He's going to force Nefrit to turn and do something here. Does he have a TP? He doesn't have a TP. He does have a bunch of wand charges, and the living armor heal is doing a lot for him, but Nefrit might just die here as Iceberg is going to stick on his tail. Still got Fuel Scepter, a little bit more Spirit Siphon, the last bit of damage. Oh no, 90 HP is what he's going to survive on. Fortunately, Iceberg seems good as two quickly get gobbled up by B-Tunes, surrounding him with all these illusions with the Diffuser Blade. Impale goes out onto General, thinking about making this play. They're going to go for it with the Vendetta. G trying to run him down, but now it's Extremum's turn to get a little bit too aggressive, searching for kills that they cannot get. Na'Vi with a big team fight behind the tier 1 towers. Maybe that's one way to do it. Don't fight around the tier 1, fight around the tier 2.
V-Tune was on the top ground for 10 seconds as well, just watching from the cliff, and then as soon as he shows up, they all have the Delta split. Melojoul even also getting chased out all the way by Roger, and ends up dying while the chase is happening mid on the Dusa. On the bottom right side, he was getting forced out. A commanding fight by Na'Vi, just starting to show that power. When PL turns up, V-Tune turns up versus this fight. He's a monster. There's not really a great solution. Phantom Lancer, he's really starting to snowball. Saw this the other day from him as well, just versus very little counters of the PL.
V-Tune specialty. Yep. Give him those, it's like him and what is his name now? Nightfall? The illusion, the young guns of CIS being illusioned.
Yeah, oh, Epi Kid, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Epi Kid the other day, maybe I did confuse the two of them for a second.
Shot look. Get off the wall, Replica. He knows he's in trouble, so just fight around your wall as best he can. It's a good try, good attempt. He was hoping to be able to at least kill Always Want to Fly, but ultimately, what does happen is he dies, and now his wall is on.
I feel like that hurts them a lot in the fights. I feel like this wall is actually going to be extremely significant versus that PL. It's kind of their only, their only counter. Have your own PL yourself. These aggressive wards, they already have an idea where Nefrit is. Immediately start to chase. They're bringing the PL, V-Tune. He knows he can show up to all these fights. He has no risk of really dying. They don't have the controller damage for him. He will eat Nefrit.
No, this is very.
Radiant's top tower
we're at that point where he has a ton of illusions, but they're still kind of low on HP. But Nefrit doesn't really pump out a ton of damage just yet. So it feels like Nefrit's just going to get outscaled, where you're going to get that big HP increase on the Phantom Lancer. I don't know what you nowadays. I don't know if you still go heart like you used to, or what that item is. But I feel like that's the end game right there. If you use them, just will no longer be able to play against that unless you're so far ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree. It'll likely be that heart choice, and they don't have the damage to deal with it as is. When he has a heart, Nefrit has to build defensive too. He's queued up the BKB because of this mana burn and just the crazy amount of spells that Na'Vi does have. He feels like he needs it, and that's gonna hurt him. Then he's literally gonna have
guys.
Absolutely nothing. The heart's already queued. He's gonna have the mana to finish this up, and he's gonna go. And Na'Vi starting to get very good footing.
G's gonna go for the shard, as most Knicks do. Better scouting and playing that front line. We also saw the Aghanim Scepter almost done for the Darkseer, so we're gonna have that just another big buff, being able to have the extra charges as well as the 350 health.
I kind of would have liked G. He hasn't committed yet, but if he can, I'd like him to try to get the blink. As Darkseer on his, it makes the whole combo work and just make it so much easier for you. He's also playing versus Enigma, so then he can use himself to stop the black holes. He's the 5 position, so it's hard to find that farm, but definitely would like to see that.
Help him stop the black hole as well, right?
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, well.
Dire's
Have
top
anything?
tower
I mean, the
is
down
under
part
attack.
of the Train Protector,
Radiant's middle
great for
tower
defending
is
these
falling.
towers, but it only really feels good
Radiant's
if you have the
bottom
superior
tower
late
is
game,
under
right?
attack.
Just like Na'Vi, not only are they actually these outer towers, but when it fails like this, V2 just backs off and continues farming.
Just getting more out of the map, moving EXTREMUM around to this PL. He really is the king of the game. He supports. It's gonna get harder and harder for either team to pretty much do anything. As now Joshua left alone up top.
Invisibility.
Quite see how he ended up in those tree areas.
Yeah, maybe it was just ion shelling the wave from the tree line or something. Ran up and got caught. Not sure. I didn't start of it either.
It just sucks that Na'Vi are so easily able to kind of force a commitment out of EXTREMUM. They're like, oh, we're going to this tier 2 tower, right? And all of EXTREMUM proves to be able to defend. And as a result, Na'Vi get to play a super farm efficient game where V2 pushes down the mid lane. You know, they're hitting jungle and top area as well as triangle. And now they have enough opening for them to take the throw shot. So now we can get some real commitment from this team. Potentially take even more real estate. It's I think it's about to get real dark in here.
Yeah, the map control from Always Want to Fly and Na'Vi has just been it's been really nice. Once they started feeling like they got any type of lead, the ward coverage and everything, they see everything that EXTREMUM's trying to do as G up top. The carapace off, and we'll be able to do this. But they're just able to watch everything from EXTREMUM. It feels like it's a Medusa game, but even more so this time around. Melojule's having this tough time on the Void Spirit, so it's absolutely everything about this Medusa, but nowhere near the same amount of buffs.
Radiant's
No one to carry a solar crest, he's just got an ion shell and living with aren't momentum.
15-16, a 2,000 net worth lead for Na'Vi. More importantly, we've got the carry
Dire's
match.
top tower has fallen.
Yeah, and
Radiant's
Iceberg
bottom tower is under
is also
attack.
farming really well in this game too, and he's got this BKB so early on. There's nothing really to counteract it. He's BKB running in the fights. It full counter is EXTREMUM, and then he can just get right on top of this Medusa everywhere. PL matchup, and it's also just they're getting so much on everything.
Does manage to find an opening for Melojule to finish off that disruptor. Iceberg tries to come in extremely low. You can see even after a pickoff like that, they can't even like, okay guys, let's push the creep wave over the river. Like, nah, they gotta back up. As they're still fighting into an Aegis of the Phantom Lancer.
It is pretty crazy how all their lanes are forced in so much when they're the team with Darkseer and Tree. Like usually these heroes are pretty good at dealing with split push, but Na'Vi just force hitting it too hard and forcing these fights. Like you said, making them move around the map is fine. V2 already starting to now the poke on him too. He has to BKB.
They're saying we gotta fight sometime here, boys. Then they're gonna go for the bounding runes here on the triangle. They're gonna try and pull back Iceberg. Iceberg though, he didn't get hit by the remnant. The Void Spirit missed out on that one, hitting a Necronomicon unit instead. The silence not quite there in time. He does manage to get them stimulate shortly after. Pull back onto Nefrit, short about a distance, but still enough to get him inside the static storm. The kinetic field around him with Black going up as well. They know all of EXTREMUM have retreated, so they say this is a free black hole, and they're absolutely correct in that. Now the roll in is barely seeped right in front of Shotslow. If he'd actually nailed him with that hold, I'm pretty sure the Darkseer would have died as well. But as it is, even just the carry means Na'Vi have free reign of the map.
Oh man, these fights just are not getting easier at all too. Every time that now that he has committed for BKB, they're aware of it. That's exactly how they're gonna kick off all the fights. So he has to really hide on this Medusa now and let the other heroes really frontline for him and protect. He shows they're gonna poke him, they're gonna force the BKB and just do this kind of dance and we fights. You have to be prepared for them to poke and prod him. They have to either like full commit when they are poking and prodding, or just a better way to fight around it and just not easy.
And that's where your like faster blink dagger for the Nyx assassin could have helped, right? In forcing the enemy team, if they're going to poke, actually make that a team fight that's gonna work for you. Top. Yeah, he sees the courier coming in. He tries to give the warning. Look out, Melojule. You're getting ganked up right now with all these couriers running up to top lane. But it looks like Melojule. Ooh, nice sidestep there. Doesn't get hit by the boulder. Roger had an idea. It wasn't a bad idea, but slightly off there. Nefrit
the Stone Gaze here, burned out of all this mana. The Phantom Lancer looking to commit even still. Might be able to reach him, backing, pulling him back away from the Medusa. Nefrit's gonna be okay. Shotchlo still has a circle. They're all fine, but still.
Is under attack.
It says so much, this Medusa. He's always running away.
And they can't make any aggressive moves themselves because I feel like Melojewel is actually the only one who can make the aggressive moves. Nyx, sure G is on his own, but he doesn't have a partner in this game. Melojewel is just unable to actually make those type of moves. And Nefrit, at least he held his BKB when they did go on him there. He actually did not. It does at least still have that 9-second fight, but the map control is just getting better and better for the side of Navi. And Chewy, he's getting like this blink and he's getting this farm on this trade, but I'm not feeling what it's going to contribute. Maybe we'll see just a vacuum over. It'll change everything we're talking about, but have yet to see it.
That seems like a bit of a
Dire's bottom tower
not rooted
is
in
under
reality,
attack.
considering the fact they do have so many ways to stop that combination with all these silences. Got from their 2, 4, and 5 position.
Yeah. Perfect. It could catch them off guard though, right? Like if he sees G, or if he sees Iceberg overcommit with and he pops BKB on this Death Prophet, and they get a Stone Gaze, they blink, they overgrowth, they can actually do some decent damage inside of the fight. We'll see how he is able to make it. Still a very uphill battle for them, and I still am very curious who's going to deal the damage versus this Heart PL who just finished it. But they will have at least some type of follow-up and setup in the fight. I think this PL is just going to, maybe even if everyone else dies, I think B-Tune's going to...
Working towards a butterfly. Traditionally, Phantom Lancer doesn't like building MKB, but when you're this far ahead, boy, rough. When you're this far ahead, I don't think Phantom Lancer Butterfly's not going to be the biggest power spike in the world. He's
Most
going to be
definitely
Heart
not.
Scotty.
Yeah, he's going to be... he's already at kind of critical mass versus this lineup of Extremum is they just don't have the damage to deal with him at all. And at least the one fortunate thing they do have is the wall. I see he only put 1 point in it though. Get that level 14 points because that might be the best counter versus the PL just himself.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Heart finished up. Na'Vi, they look at the bottom half of the map. They say, okay, there's tier 1 and tier 2 still there. Pretty much free real estate, free gold there for the taking. Make kind of an efficient move to
Dire's
cut mid, cut bottom.
is under attack.
Take
Dire's
those towers
bottom
without
tower
giving
has
up like
fallen.
too much map control to Extremum. Extremum, meanwhile, are going to play and get some sort of advantageous setup here. Navi.
They've got a read. Navi's got a read of where this is going down, though. They think the whole swing on the right side, nobody shows up. They're going to swing onto the high ground, perhaps, just to get some information. They will. They're going to see. Nobody else is up here, and now they know exactly where Extremum is going to set up all around that time. Extremum got a
Radiant's
full
top
bail.
tower
As
is
that
under
ward does
attack.
start getting taken out from Navi. Don't lose that decent little dance coming out.
Might still be able to take this tower with the Dream Protector, but yeah, everyone else backed away as soon as they saw their ward being de-warded like that. You know, their retreat is kind of being cut off, and the only way back
Radiant's
is...
top tower is under attack.
And look how Navi with this
Radiant
swing.
structures
Look at the
are
coverage now of the
fortified.
map. They have all the information. Leaving Extremus base, it's going to be telegraphed completely. Navi's going to know every single time when they go to set up. They got to try to get the
Radiant's
D-wards
top
out
tower
here
is under attack.
soon.
Radiant's
They will
top
be at least
tower
able to
has
finish this
fallen.
tower. Chu might get caught now though.
Got G with them, so maybe they can pop. Always want to fly
My coil
quickly. Melojewel makes it a lot easier with that silence, but now, can they get out
Wing it.
without being sandwiched?
Oh,
Oh!
nighttime.
Oh no! Shotchlo, he's been caught on the other side of the map. Again, is going to draw the wall. They do have the overrush. Well, it's probably still going to kick out, but maybe they can fight this since they know there's not a whole lot of heroes around this area. They're going to be able to pop the Earth Spirit, but the real Phantom Lancer is already playing the edges. In fact, he is tempted to go back in. He's got some help coming down the river here. He's going to chase after him. The smoke goes on from G. It's immediately broken. His V2 already had the charge onto him. Sees him
Knows
again.
how strong he is.
wrong. He's going to go for the kill on a G. Gaze is not going to stop that.
He actually got, I mean, he actually forced the Stone Gaze as well. That one from Nefra was very defensive. Now 80 seconds where they're not going to have it. Na'Vi might just force the issue here. The lanes aren't in a beautiful position though, but top mid is actually kind of pushing it. And they do have a catapult wave. They might look to swing over there with fresh level 18 on the Death Prophet. So the Ghosts at the ready. Yeah, no Stone Gaze, no Treant Protector ulti, no wall now. I think you can full commit.
What about the fact that Roshan?
That is a good point. Yeah. But we don't know just yet. Send some couriers to go scout it. But I think that they can apply pressure and just keep them trapped inside their base for the next.
Just do that like safe kind of push where you know, okay, we're not really going to take a team fight here, guys, but we're just going to force them to sit in their base. We're going to get a courier into Roshan. As soon as that's up, we can go ahead, run back, maybe.
If they, I think they can. I think they could honestly just force the issue. But if they want to be safe, yeah, just back up for when it does come up. Because at V2, and I think V2 and Iceberg actually straight up front line and just hit the base. There's gonna be so much time for this gaze and everything ready, and they can't do anything without their top. They're just gonna have to walk.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Without wall and Stone Gaze, it's like they need every single one of their abilities to make that big combo you're talking about to have a chance to fight. That is definitely not. It all just depends on exactly how safe and disciplined Na'Vi want to be. They want to go for the 99% safe play, back up and do Roshan. You want to go for the 90% safe play, take a little bit of risk for maybe a faster game. Definitely hit that high ground if you want.
If it's the Na'Vi that we saw from the last game too, I think they were so aggressively. But this time they definitely took the pedal off the metal a little bit here, and they've been a lot more disciplined. General, much better game for him. 5-2 and 8. Didn't go for the BKB again, but went for very protect. And he's just the way that he's played. I've just watched him this time around. He's not leading the charge into the letting Roger throw his life away instead of himself.
I was gonna say that same thing. It didn't feel like he was playing. He was trying to make that territory play where he's going, I'm gonna make the map smaller by planting myself over here. Felt like he was more often than not letting somebody else lead that charge. More often than not playing around his team rather than solo playing in an area and being like, this is my map.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a Beastmaster, but no, I'm not.
Yeah, you're a Beastmaster, but like your kill power comes with heavy commitment. Beastmaster, you know, you roar, you've got the extra movement speed, you can run away and let your Necronomicons do the dirty work, you know? Enigma doesn't have that same kind of play.
So it's a full commit when you go in.
Seeing all kinds of stats pop up that all pretty much the same. Na'Vi has control of this game. They've been the war map control. They've the Roshan bounties getting picked off a few times, which has led to the Phantom Lancer getting way far out and ahead when it net worth, and as a result, he's just able to take up more and more of the map because he's getting stronger and stronger, and Extremum's running out of damage to be able to deal with.
Yeah, they just will not have it for a very long time. It's like the next two items for the it's gonna have to be Butterfly and Interrape onto the mid. I mean, that'll satisfy a little bit, but I still don't even think that's enough. It's not enough just himself to get out. Yeah, it's a very uphill battle for Extremum. I wonder what happened to Chu. He's been gone for quite some time.
Hopefully, hey. Spider legs.
I did see that too.
What happened to protecting the trees?
As long as you don't use it, he's already walking over the tree. Doesn't have to use it. Speedy. I mean, that's actually good. I've been looking around at the neutral items. He's really liking I mean, everyone loves the Quicksilver amulet so much.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like with Medusa, it doesn't seem that phenomenal. You have 2 passive.
Yeah. Got that Mystic Snake that I guess you usually throw out at the start of a fight, but
the projectile speed and the animation is definitely massive, but
The next level
feels like all the new items are a bit overtuned.
You know?